In this meeting, we're talking about disabled learners and them going to college. You've been working with the struggling kids and the ones that are students that could probably possibly go to college, and we'll talk about which direction in college in a minute. I feel that their confidence levels are to where that if they had confidence, they could probably make it in college, but it's getting them started in that direction in this town. As we brainstorm some and we look at the learning disabled students and getting into college, what do you feel that, you and Mr. Adams and some of you have worked through with those kids for years and years, can they make it in college?
Well, I think they definitely are going to need support. Probably one of the first barriers, it may sound silly, but a lot of their parents or family members didn't go to college, so they may not come from a background where they really know how to make that happen, the financial aspects of that, navigating the paperwork and the financial aid and the grant. A lot of those kids qualify for grants, or if they have special needs, there are programs to help pay for their college. So probably in one way, that's one way we can help them, is just to let them see that it is possible financially, and navigate that process for them, especially if their parents never went to school. Then probably another step after we get them in is that we let them know that they can get help in college, that all the modifications and accommodations that they had while in school, during high school, that those can follow them to college. That's a matter of visiting, the offices, the appropriate offices on their college campus, and making sure that paperwork gets passed on to professors. So all of that is certainly possible.
Is that possible with the learning disorder?
It is possible. It is. Like, especially a kid that's dyslexic, or a kid that is 504 or that sort of thing. Certainly, all of that can translate into college. They can have extra time on assignments. Certainly you've got professors that need to know about those accommodations. Usually, even on like my syllabus for Ranger College, when I teach dual credit, it says at the bottom, if you have special accommodations that you need met, you need to see the professor. Those accommodations need to be shown. So yeah, it's possible. I mean, are they going to struggle? Sure. Is it going to be easy? No. But I think helping them see that there's a path, that it could be possible financially, that there is those same accommodations that they get in high school can often be translated over to college. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
As they work with those students, getting them, but their confidence level is what we work with in this setting right here.
Yeah, my thinking here is that they're going to be more confident if you help them go through all of these steps. They don't even know these steps exist. So,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So their confidence is going to be boosted if you just help them navigate the whole process. Even for a kid that's not special needs, the process of getting into college and choosing classes is overwhelming, right? I mean, that's why we have counselors. That's why we have, guidance counselors to help in that process. It's really overwhelming.
Counselors are doing a wonderful job.
Yes, finding scholarships for these kids, that are out there. It's certainly possible. I think that one of the best things we can do to build their confidence is to help them navigate just the process itself. There's tutoring available on these college campuses for kids. There's writing, like I'm an English teacher. Ranger College has writing workshops and places where they can go to get help on what they've written. I mean, the thing is they just have to know those things exist. They have to know where those things are. We have to make sure they get in the doors and get the help and support that that's available.
But how do they know whether they want to go to a 4-year school or if they want to go to a vocational school?
I don't know that they do initially, but I think we have some things in place that can help with that. One of the things, of course, is testing. We're going to test. We're going to have a TSI test and things like that. Some kids, if they struggle with that test, that's the entrance test to get into take normal classes. If they don't have a lot of luck on that test, they're either going to have to do some remedial classes and then retest, or they could go the vocational route if that's where they opt to do. And that's why I think having vocational programs at the high school level is so instrumental into helping kids know, you know, if they can build a passion for that in high school and they can start learning some of these skills in high school, it might take care of itself.
So what we're not talking about is just going to a 4-year school and to a college. We're talking about college as a option, but we're also talking about that they can have something in place to where they can
Any post-secondary training.
Be successful in life and not just to be a burden on them.
Exactly. And let's face it, I know people who are plumbers, who can do HVAC, who can do electricity, who can do anything like that and make more money than I did as a teacher. And I've got a master's degree. You know? I mean, and if you have an aptitude for that, if you enjoy working with your hands and you enjoy all of that, then why not? I mean, that's training, and that's, to me, call it anything post-secondary other than, you know, any kind of training, even like a nurse's aide or you know, or a daycare worker, anything, any kind of training. I don't think it has to be a 4-year degree, and I honestly think that's where we're going wrong, is making every kid think they need a 4-year degree. They don't.
But learning disabled students may not be to where they can go to 4 years,
No.
but they can do these kind of vocational schools and learn something that they can make a living with.
Yeah, a
and
good
have
living sometimes,
yeah.
yes. And we need more and more of those people all the time. You ever try to find a plumber in a small town?
You ever try to find a plumber or a carpenter?
Or anybody like that, yeah.
So we're just going to keep working with these struggling kids. I'm going to have you keep looking at the struggling kids. And Mr. Adams has kind of given us some direction because he works with his experience that he's been doing for many years. And then we're going to have Ms. Furlong's going to be doing, because she's involved so much into the CTE, she's looking at the vocational program.
You know, the classes that I teach are the 4-year classes. You know, I'm teaching these dual credit classes, and most of the kids sitting in my classes are able to pass a TSI and that sort of thing, and they think they're headed down the 4-year path. But that doesn't mean that, you know, I've had kids with dyslexia and ADHD. I mean, special needs kids. You know, maybe not learning disabled perhaps, but dyslexia and things, and they are very capable of going to school. And they're smart kids. They just have some little things holding them back. But we have some accommodations in place that we can help them get there. And we have kids that are successful and are going to college and doing fine with some of those issues. So.
Well, as soon as we can get our team together, we will finish this up. The rest of them couldn't be here today, but so we're going to do this, but we'll get with them and kind of see where they're going with the vocational programs and things. So